turn the dial. You're now tuned in to this Safety Man Movement Podcast with your host, Terry the Great.
What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Safety Man Movement Podcast. I'm your host, Terry Gray, and I am the Safety Man, and guess what? So are you, safety men and women all over the world, and I invite you in to join us today. It's Wednesday, and I'm excited to have you guys here today to share with us again as we continue to unlock our inner heroes, as we continue to become safety shifters in our work environments and in our home environments, as you do your part to contribute to the safety and the protection of the environment, of legacies and the purposes of the people around you and the people who are with you. So today we're going to be talking about your inner powers as a hero. Every hero has powers, and you are no exception. You have powers, but you cannot be a good hero if you do not know what your powers are. So we just wanted to talk about powers briefly, all right? And so that's kind of the goal today, for you to at least know your powers, start looking into seeing who you are and how to activate some of those things. So the safety thought of today is, as you begin to pursue this day, it says you may be creating hazards you don't recognize because you underestimate your power and your influence. A lot of times we think that our powers and what we do only affect us and it's just about me and myself, but no, your influence goes beyond who you are representing as a person, as yourself. You're more than you. You are protecting and impacting all of the people around you. And so you may be creating hazards and you don't even recognize it because you don't understand the power that you wield and the power that is within your own hands. That is your responsibility to make sure that you do it correctly. They told Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. And each and every one of you have great power. You just might not know how to use it, or you may not think that it is as powerful or as potent as what it really is. All right. So let's talk about power. Now, power is not limited to authority. It's not limited to position or your ability to enforce rules. You have power in general with your attitude. That's power. The words that you use, that's power. Your actual attention, that's power. And the example you set is power. And all of these powers affect how other people behave, right? If you ever watched a movie and you've seen where someone who is a villain that has a power shows up, the people around automatically respond in a way that is in fear, or they're afraid and they respond, oh my God, he's here to destroy us. Or when they see a hero show up, they are more confident, they feel better, they're at peace, and they feel like they are in a safer environment thanks to the contribution of whoever the hero is that is showing up. And I want you to know on this Wednesday morning that you are the hero that is showing up for other people, and you have to be integral about how you wield the power that has been given to you. I need you to realize that I know it's another day, it's Wednesday, it's hump day, you're halfway there. You may feel like, man, I just don't want to be here today. But realize you are changing the very atmosphere of all the people who are around you. So I want to encourage you, don't be negative today. Don't let that negativity that you may be experiencing this morning or whatever may have happened, don't allow that to be a negative force that influences people in the wrong direction. Don't be negative. Influence your attitude influences the atmosphere that you're involved in, the people you're around. You know, the same thing happens at home. The same thing happens at work with your teams. It happens with your family. How you feel oftentimes shifts the atmosphere of the people around you when you show up. So don't be negative. I need you to take a moment, think clearly, right? Think clear. You don't need harmful intentions that you thought to become the hazard of somebody else. You know what I mean? Again, you need to wield your power with integrity. So just think about the things that I told you that were power, your attitude. You have to wield your attitude with integrity. You have to wield your words with integrity. The people who you give attention to, you have to be integral about that, right? Because there are people who can be trying to pull you down. There could be people trying to get you to join their pity party. And if you give attention to that, the people who you influence with your power, with your attitude, will follow that same path. They'll go down that same path of self-destruction for the day, because the person that they look up to or the person that influences them is not feeling their best, and now it is affecting everybody around them. So you be wise with the words that you have. Your words are powerful. Be careful how you talk to people. Be mindful of how you talk to people, right? I know people give you attitudes, but you got to have some self-control about yourself, all right? Make sure that as you have that power, that you don't abuse that power, that you don't misuse that power, okay? Your attitude, your words, your attention, the example that you set is influence again. So make sure that as you go throughout today, that your influence, you don't have to be necessarily particularly dealing with something that's dealing with injuries, because we know nowadays we've addressed that safety is being included with mental health and things like that, which is a great thing. So you have to be mindful of how we change the way people think, how they feel, because all activity, all actions, all of those things start in the mind. Before it ever becomes evident in front of people's faces and everybody can see it, before that ever happens, it's already up there in their thoughts. And the power that you're yielding today will affect the people in the circle that you are around when you get to work. All right. So we want to make a safety shift, and the safety shift that I want you guys to do today, here's the thought. I want you to, before you making just a routine decision today that you usually would make, think about who else could be affected by what I choose. Who else will be affected by what I choose to do, by what I choose to say, how I choose to respond, how I choose to do those things. All of these things contribute to the security, the well-being, the atmosphere, the environment, your team, yourself. All of those things are impacted. So take a time and think who else could be affected by what I choose today. And don't just think about it, but be intentional about choosing right. Choosing the correct way to respond, choosing the correct thing to do. I'm hoping that, guys, that what I'm sharing with you is helping you realize and understand and see that safety isn't just about injuries. It's not just about those things. It's about, again, preserving the purpose of people, and how you treat people, how you influence people will push them either towards that purpose or to drag them away from that purpose. And each and every one of us has an impact of the people that we're surrounded by. So your attitude, your powers will affect how other people decide to use their power. Everybody isn't on the same level. Everybody isn't a master of using their words or being the perfect person. Being a safety hero is not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about trying to do what's right to protect the things that matter the most. And the things that matter the most is you, your family, your teammates, their families, because they all are relying on you to do what you're supposed to do. All right. So here's a call to action for you today. I need you guys to comment help in the comments wherever you're seeing this. Comment help. If you are choosing to influence, to add value, and to protect what matters, just drop a help in there. I thank you guys. And while you're at it, go ahead and share, subscribe if you haven't done that already. And again, I'm excited about this Safety Man Movement journey with you guys here. Thank you for joining me today on the Safety Man Movement podcast. I'm your host, Terry Gray, again. And remember that the safety man is no longer one individual, but many individuals that are one. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you on tomorrow.